these two guys. Boom. Alrighty. Ooh, rook and pawn endgame. We'll watch the rest of this in one more. Black has everything strung together. This is a wonderful position. Notice the pawn on b6, a5, rook on b4, and pawn on e4. That position, it's like it's a fortress. It just cannot be broken down. Additionally, this rook is just cutting off the white king from even trying to track down this pawn. This is game over. This rook has everything under control, and sure enough, we have resignation right there. Okay, we're getting one more game in here between 24.78 and a 22.93. So what do we have? A Benoni. Are we going to have a Benko? We're not having a Benko. Okay, Benoni structure. What do you do with this structure? Where would you like this knight to be? This knight is going to go on a journey. However, are there possibilities for the bishop? No. No. Was there a possibility, though? Instead, the bishop here. Should black have run with that? White did, by that move order. I know these moves are being rattled off fairly quick, but I believe white did give black one opportunity to play to g4, and black did not run forward with it. To give up the bishop for knight exchange may seem a little bit awkward, to give up the bishop pair, but then again recognize the space. Judging by the pawn structure, white has a space advantage. Black and their light square bishop will often just not really have a great role, so you'll look to just give up the light square bishop for that knight, and in doing so you increase your control over these dark squares. Also, another worthy point here is I don't know if white should have allowed black to get in these this queenside advance. I don't know. This is going to be very dangerous. Like c4 in particular, hitting not to just hit the bishop, but really to vacate c5 for the knight. That will then have great opportunities on the b3 and d3 squares, both of which are holes and will forever be needing to be watched over by, it would seem, this bishop. Now b3 is pretty interesting. Is there tricky stuff happening though? In the form of knight g4, pawn takes, bishop takes knight, the rook moves, and even bishop b2 to follow up, forking these guys, and this pawn is dead. And soon enough, these queenside pawns start rolling. There might be a tactical opportunity here with knight g4. What does this pawn do? The first thing I saw is that, or I was thinking it was a good move because it has the following thing in mind, to meet, let's say, c4 with b4, and then the knight can't make use of c5. But we don't have that. Queen does bump up. The knight is now protected. There is no knight g4 tricky stuff, and maybe white is eyeing up something you would see more commonly in a Yugoslav attack out of the Sicilian, the exchanging dark square bishops. Okay, why is that bishop backing up? Not really seeing the point of that. And let me also add that just because I don't see the point of it does not mean it's a good move. Believe me on that one. Maybe there was some battery going on. Or maybe just kind of passing and saying, you know what do you got? Oh, never mind. I have an idea now. It was to allow this knight to pivot on b6. So there we go. It took me longer than white. Whoa. Was the piece just captured there? Yeah, I had to look at the notation on that one. That knight is gone. Boom. Discovered tricks? No, take this one. Take this one. That way you can get rid of this dark square bishop. Or is that, which one's better? Okay. Was there a coin flip done on that one? White or black just did a coin flip on that? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright. The dark square bishop is dead. If the rook would have taken, there would have been bishop h6, so good eye by white there on how to recapture. I could have really seen myself just taking with the rook right there and falling for that. So now trying to exploit the pin on the e-file, black, with that series of exchanges, has what? What do they have? They have a pawn for it. A pawn for that exchange that they've given up. Okay, and a lot of fire. Well, the files are going to open up. This knight is ready to pounce on that c4 square, and now white is closing it up slightly. And because of it, this bishop is a little bit silly. The queen can't sit here for too long. H6. Time situation, pretty good difference time-wise. A lot of tension on this E5 pawn. Knight, bishop, and rook are hitting it. Knight, rook, and queen are defending it. What do you do? How do you make progress on the white side? I feel that white is the better side here. Oh, man. Oh, actually, there was a fourth piece hitting that. I forgot about the queen. All right. So more exchanges, and now if you do a point count, everything is balanced. This pawn is a little bit difficult. Well, not difficult, but this pawn is restricting these A and B pawns for black. There's possibilities for a bishop check, and now this diagonal is opened up, but so too is this one. Is F7 now going to be targeted? It's hit once, it's defended once. In my eyes, I view that as unprotected. Oh, sneaky stuff. Very sneaky stuff. If bishop takes, the queen is overloaded, having to watch over both rook and bishop. So therefore it's to be avoided, because bishop takes pawn is met with rook takes rook, queen takes, and then queen takes bishop. So backing up correctly is black, and now pressing forward, looking to just slam the door on this bishop is white with F6. Or even taking twice here, seeing how this pawn is unprotected. There is no longer H6, as I thought might be played earlier. H6 is just met with queen takes pawn. And now, ooh, is there something? No, I was thinking there might be something with bishop takes pawn and pawn takes with check hitting the queen if the queen takes, but the bishop is on it defending. If the queen takes, there's queen check, and this bishop is dead. If bishop takes, now there's a couple takes on this square. This is game over for black, however you slice it. Queen takes, you lose the bishop in the corner. Bishop takes, you take here a couple times. This king is going to be dead meat. Dead meat. Not to mention black is down to 30 seconds. Pawn takes. A pinned piece is a powerless one. This pawn is hit twice. It's only defended once. There's another application for that right there. Before I was referencing just attacked once, defended once. Similarly with regard to G6. Hit twice by both pawn and queen. This guy is non-existent for as long as this pin is right there. Alright, probably have resign very, very soon. Pawn takes, queen takes. Pick your favorite way to win at that point. We have resignation. Alrighty.